Do you remember the first time you heard a recording of your own voice? Well, most of us respond with denial. That's not how I really sound. Why do you think that is? Could it be that our voices reveal things about us that we didn't realize that we were revealing? Hello, folks. I'm David Lynn Painter, and I'm a strategic communicator. And today I want to spend a few minutes talking with you about intrapersonal communication or self-talk and interpersonal communication or engaging with other people. First, intrapersonal communication occurs internally and continuously as we interpret, analyze, and overthink everything. In particular, intrapersonal communication is closely related to the development of our self-concept as we assess our abilities, our personalities, our beliefs, values, and attitudes, as well as our behaviors. For example, what does it mean to be a good son, a good daughter, or a good parent, or a success, or a failure? And have you ever had trouble falling asleep at night because the voice in your brain kept shaming you over some embarrassing situation or incident, or when you treated a loved one badly? Well, this type of self-talk is associated with guilt or the psychic pain we feel when we behave in ways that don't live up to our expectations. And it's a reminder not to do that again. However, it can also become a form of self-sabotage. So instead of beating yourself up, we should try to respond by visualizing success the next time we're in a similar situation. Unlike these forms of self-talk, interpersonal communication is external, and it occurs regularly as we exchange information and create meaning with other people, our family, friends, coworkers, bosses, or even strangers. And interpersonal communication involves verbal communication, or our words, and nonverbal communication, such as our body language and our vocal characteristics, or the qualities of our voice. However, effective interpersonal communication also requires us to listen actively and holistically to other people. And that requires us to be present, to be engaged, and as hard as it may be, to put away our devices and distractions. Learning how to master these verbal, nonverbal, and listening skills will foster our abilities to form meaningful relationships as we collaborate, cooperate, cohabitate, and manage the conflicts in our personal and professional lives. So intra and interpersonal communication are different in terms of the participants and the channels, but they're also closely connected. For example, our self-talk informs our self-concept, which influences not only our nonverbal communication with other people, such as our volume, our pitch, and tone of our voices, but also our clothing choices, our posture, and our stance. And it also influences our verbal communication, such as our word and language choices. Moreover, we need to be both honest and empathetic in both of these forms of communication, inter and intrapersonal communication, because our relationships with others are critical to our abilities to thrive. But our relationship with ourselves is probably the most important and certainly the most enduring of our lives. So the next time you hear your voice on your outgoing voicemail message or a video that you forgot to mute, you can critically analyze what you're hearing. Do you sound confident, trustworthy, and likable? Or should you give up that dream of being a backup singer for the Backstreet Boys? But don't use that experience to sabotage yourself. Just listen, engage, and recognize your own humanity, as well as that of everybody else.